What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video out here from Six Flags over Texas, holiday in the park. It has been over 2 weeks since I've been here and there are so many updates to cover for you guys. So let's get right into it. Starting with Tormenta Rampaging Run. This ride has been topped off since I was last year and it is looking incredible. I can't wait for that Immelman and that vertical loop to be put in basically right in front of where I am currently standing right now. Let's get a bit of a closer look from the parking lot. Now that is insane. Oh my goodness. You can really see from this angle how beyond vertical that drop is. That's gonna be so good in the back. I'm so excited for this. Up there they are working on the lift chain in the drop hold and some of the catwalk elements, I believe. They still have to put some of the catwalks on these pieces over here. But this is so exciting. I cannot wait to see trains falling down this drop here in only just a few months. As we put my phone through the fence, you are able to see that they do have a couple of track pieces and support pieces staged for the Immelman, which should go up here pretty soon. Insane. Over here in this area of the park, they have repainted the Cinnabon building with a bit of a darker blue and a white exterior. They've repainted these buildings over by the stage, which looks incredible. Sugar Shack has had a couple of updates and they added a s'mores sign where the fireplaces are. Over here at El Aserradero, there is a sign out front that does say El Aserradero is currently closed due to construction for Tormenta. That does mean both flumes, and I really don't know why this gate is open, but both flumes are turned off. Flume 1's refurbishment looks to be coming along very nicely. It looks brand new, very, very nice. And so does the bridge for the original entrance that they are going to be reopening here soon, once Flume 1 does reopen for the spring, presumably. They have repainted these two buildings to kind of fit the theme of the area. They have some snow-like thing sitting out here to make it look more wintry. Actually, all around the area has that, and it looks really nice. Jeffrey Siebert and his team are really going all out to make Holiday in the Park look super nice for this holiday season. There hasn't been much going on here around Titan. They are currently on 2 trains running both white and blue, with red/orange sitting in the maintenance bay. They have not taken this train off and I have seen no progress to take the train off. I'm sure taking this train off will happen during the off season from January to March, and hopefully it returns with all of the brand new logos and paint on it. Let's go take a ride. Just got off of a ride here on Titan. It was running really well, got a middle ride, but one of the things I'm kind of most upset about Titan right now is that the double-sided lockers haven't really worked for quite a while, actually. It's been a while since they've even really worked, so I would love to see Over Texas get those back in working order, just so we can... I would love to see the park get those back in working order so we actually have double-sided lockers to use here on Titan. Over here on the top of New Texas Giant station roof, the logo for New Texas Giant has been put back and it looks so much better than it did before. So I'm very glad that they had brought that back. Anyways, let's go get a ride here on New Texas Giant. Over here at New Texas Giant, they have pushed the wall kind of back into the queue line a little bit with a fun under construction sign. Kind of tight to get through here. It makes the station quite tight now, so this is not the most pleasant experience. So they're adding stairs. As you can see, the original kind of opening where guests would come through and get to their rows has been boarded off, and they are putting a set of stairs down where the old area, the pathway, was to get to this opening. So I wonder if this is going to stay. I kind of hope not, because it makes the station area very, very cramped and not fun to be in. Just got off of a great ride here on New Texas Giant, and I did notice a couple of things during my ride. First thing I do want to point out is that there was a rumor Going around, they have been working on a test paint section of track, which would be right around here, but I don't really see any test paint. I know the photo was at night and the lighting was a little weird. It may have been right after it rained, but it does not look like there is a test section of track with brand new paint. However, the Angus Tower oil derrick tower has been repainted black, which means they could be bringing back the fire effect going over this overbank right over it, which would be really cool. That's what's new here at New Texas Giant. I really do hope that this does end up getting repainted very soon, because it would look so much better than it does right now. For Holiday in the Park over here, they do have like a Santa's wish list with the train decorated over here and some walk around characters, which add to the vibe of the area quite a bit. It's very nice. Like I was saying just a little while ago, Jeffrey Siebert and his team here at Over Texas really do go above and beyond theming the area for Holiday in the Park. This bridge looks super nice. This is the best this bridge has ever looked. In this area of the park next to Pirates of Spelunker Cave is the Candyland section, but I did want to point something out with Pirates of Spelunker Cave. They do also have a sign out front talking about it. Jeffrey Siebert announced on his story that they will be refurbishing Pirates of Spelunker Cave during the off season, and here's a little bit of a sign talking about it. Excavation in progress. It also looks like they have opened the original entrance back up for Pirates, and it is returned to the Flash Pass entrance. Looks like they have been redoing this wall with some brand new wood. They have a fun under construction sign here once again. So hopefully they do some more with JB's barbecue here soon during the off season. And as you can see, they have some very nice snow effects throughout the park, throughout this area of the park specifically, and it really just adds to the experience of Holiday in the Park. As we walk past Runaway Mountain, I'm not going to ride it because that line is not the best, and I don't feel like waiting in that. But I did want to point out that they are currently working on a double-sided locker system to replace the whole system that they had with the double unload and loading stations, which was never the best. I know a lot of people who heavily dislike that, so I'm very glad that they are putting double-sided lockers into Runaway Mountain and investing more into this attraction. I have heard that they have also put a soundtrack inside of the ride, which is very nice. Here at every single s'more station in the park, they have the s'mores sign with a Holiday in the Park tradition, with a s'mores fire pit safety guide, just to inform guests on what they need to know before they roast their marshmallows to put on their s'mores. Over here in front of the big gift shop here at the front of the park, they do have a stage set up for a show called the Holly Jolly Trolley, with a nice holiday trolley sitting outside of the Holiday in the Park 40th anniversary banner. Over here at the drive-in theater with all of the old antique cars, they do have a hot chocolate stand sitting out in front so people can get hot chocolate while taking a break to watch a holiday show, even though the screen is not very visible right now. Batman the Ride has been closed for the past few weeks due to a lift hill chain replacement. It must have broken or gotten bad, but obviously it is now open. So let's go take a ride. One of the things I have noticed here is that they have added a new concrete pathway, basically cutting out this entire queue section of where it's always flooded, and it's just not fun to walk through, especially when there's not very much of a line. So maybe as part of the off season, they are taking this pathway and opening it up and getting rid of all of this, which would be very nice to just walk straight through into the tunnel. Well, this isn't something I expected. They have cut this queue in half, basically. So maybe they are working on a new fast lane system. It looks like they actually are working on a fast lane system, because this handrail basically goes right into the wall. So they're probably working on cutting that right out for a new fast lane system. This is basically what they did with the Wonder Woman queue at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. They cut it right in half with the new fast lane system going right through. They have also enhanced the theming, so the siren and lights are back here on the police car, and the whole queue area just looks a lot more like Batman the Ride, how Batman the Ride should look at other parks. So it looks very nice. Aha, right here. That is where the maybe fast lane will cut into. So, and this door is open, and the handrail continues up these stairs, which makes it a lot more cramped in here. So we'll see how this ends up turning out. This new theming here in the station looks so incredible. It just brings Batman the Ride to life, other than this whole... Glad to see Batman back open. That was a great ride. I had a lot of fun. It was a little shaky, but that's kind of to be expected with this backload. Now that we knocked out the Batman the Ride updates, we are heading over to MrFreeze for probably some of the biggest updates here at the park. As we enter the queue, you can already see it looks so cool in here. They have repainted all of the walls to look more chilled and icy in here, and it looks incredible. Like, look at the attention to detail here. They've really gone above and beyond with this area of the park, with all of the new theming, and this isn't even close to being done yet. It looks so good. The bricks, the glitter on the floor, the tubs of mint and different ice cream flavors look so good. And like I said, this isn't even close to being done. They have so much more to do during the off season. I can't imagine how updated this ride and how nice this ride is going to look whenever it reopens. Yeah, I don't think so. We're gonna head straight back to the Flash Pass entrance. It looks like they have kind of started work at the exit. You can kind of see they've maybe started priming it a little bit, scraping some of the old graffiti paint off of the wall. And of course, kind of just in the area, you can tell that they've pretty much cut off where they have stopped the theming. And during the off season, they are going to work on getting the station completely done. Because see, they've also started scraping some of the old paint off here. But once everything is finished, it's just going to look so much better. They've already repainted all of the handrails and gates in the area, so it looks really nice. I do want to point out that MrFreeze's head is not up there with the rest of his body. Over here at Boomtown Station, they have taken down the sign. Hopefully they're making a brand new sign. And they have replaced all of the handrails and part of the platform to prepare for the train to reopen for the 2026 season. It is looking really good. I'm very excited for this. Runaway Mine Train is currently closed. However, they are testing it, but I did want to point out that they have pretty much redone the tunnel exit over here on this side of the tunnel right before the train enters the final brake run. You can see a train is coming out of the tunnel right about now. So it looks so much better than the old rotting wood that they had on here before. What once was trick-or-treat area for Holiday in the Park has now become a fun holiday walkthrough. They have kept all of the house structures and covered them in Christmas lights to make them look all festive and holiday themed. And it honestly looks really nice. Looks like they have put up a nice Six Flags Over Texas Holiday in the Park sign where Chopsticks' hanging sign used to be, and that looks really nice. Made it look like kind of a wreath. As you can kind of see as I'm walking past Pirates of Spelunker Cave, they have also split this queue in half. So it looks like the whole fast lane queue system, cutting it in half, is coming to pretty much every park and every ride in the chain. So I'm hoping that it works well. We'll see you next year. They have a new exit here sign, and it looks like non-pass holders have to pick up a re-entry ticket instead of doing a hand stamp, which is very interesting. As we look over Tormenta, that's going to do it for today's visit out here from Six Flags Over Texas. If I do get this video up on time, you will be watching it on December 20th, Saturday. If you guys want to go follow my Instagram account at JWulfCoasters, there will be some pretty exciting content there tomorrow as I'm filming this. There will be some content up on this channel from Codaland, Circuit of the Americas, riding Circuit Breaker soon. But that's going to do it for today's video out here from Six Flags Over Texas. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day. See ya.